How to get rid of leg cramps. Leg cramps can be incredibly frustrating, especially in the evenings when you're trying to settle down or relax, or even trying to get to sleep. We have many clients here that are struggling with leg cramps for 5, 10, 15 years, and they haven't found the answer. So hopefully today I can shed some light on why they're happening and also steps that you can take to get rid of those pesky leg cramps. So my name is Dr. Jeremy Andrews. I'm a doctor of chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey, and we help people with chronic lower back pain and knee pain avoid a lifetime of painkillers and surgery. So leg cramps, also known as muscle cramps, are sudden involuntary contractions of one or more muscles. Typically, they occur in the calf, but they can be in the thigh and sometimes in the foot. They can range from being mildly uncomfortable to intense pain that can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes. So they're commonly seen in athletes, older adults, pregnant women, and individuals with specific neurological or medical conditions. So we want to understand how these leg cramps occur and also how to prevent them in the long run. We're going to take a deep dive into some of the physiology and mechanics behind them. So let's talk about exactly how leg cramps occur. So what causes them? So they are usually a result of muscle hyperexcitability, meaning that the nerves that control the muscle fibers become overstimulated, and this causes involuntary contractions. So several factors can contribute towards this hyperexcitability. So the first one we want to talk about is electrolyte imbalance. So electrolytes like your sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium are critical for proper muscle function. These ions help regulate nerve signals to the muscles, and when there's an imbalance in these, such as from dehydration, poor diet, the nerve cells can become overactive, and this leads to muscle cramps. We also, with dehydration, so loss of fluids, whether that's through sweating, illness, or not drinking enough water, that's going to disrupt the balance of electrolytes in the body. So water is essential for transporting these around the body, ensuring proper muscle function, proper cell function. Without sufficient water, the muscle fibers are going to become overly sensitive, and this can lead to cramps. Another reason you get cramps is from muscle fatigue. So overuse or exertion of muscles from walking, running, exercising is going to deplete energy stores in the form of glycogen, and that's going to impair the function of those muscle cells. So this can result in cramping, particularly in muscles like in the calves, because they're heavily involved in movement activities like walking, hiking, running, or standing up for long periods like when you're at concerts or watching soccer games. And then we have poor circulation. So when the blood flow is reduced to the muscles, whether from circulation issues like PAD, which is peripheral artery disease, or prolonged sedentary periods like being on a plane, oxygen and nutrients can't reach the muscle effectively, and that can lead to cramps. We also have nerve compression. So nerve compression, spinal conditions like lumbar stenosis, prolapsed discs, or sciatica can compress the nerves that control the muscles in the legs. This leads to cramps. So medication, things like diuretics to treat high blood pressure, statins that lower cholesterol, and beta blockers are known to deplete electrolytes that can affect the muscle function, and this can also affect cramps as a side effect of those. And then of course pregnancy. So pregnant women commonly experience leg cramps due to changes in circulation, because obviously they've got a baby to look after, increased weight, there's alterations in electrolyte balance, so it's very, very common to get those leg cramps when you're pregnant. So pro tip, when you're experiencing leg cramps, it's really important to explore any other underlying medical conditions like diabetes, kidney issues, neurological disorders that could be contributing towards that muscle hyperexcitability. So what happens in terms of a physiological basis and the muscle contraction and relaxation? So to better understand why these muscle cramps are occurring, it's important that we explore that basic mechanism of muscle contraction and relaxation. So how does actually a muscle contract? Well, the muscle fibers, they contract when they receive a signal from the motor neurons. That's the nerve cells. And that's the form of a message that comes down from the brain through the nerves. This causes calcium electrolytes to flood into the muscle cells, and that triggers proteins, actin and myosin, to slide past each other. And this shortens the muscle, producing a contraction. So it shortens the bicep there, contracts the muscle. Now, relaxation, so once the signal stops from the brain, those calcium ions are reabsorbed and the muscle then returns to the relaxed state like this. If there is a disruption in this process, such as insufficient calcium or improper nerve signaling, then the muscle can become locked in a contracted state, and that can lead to a cramp. So top tip, it's really important you have good calcium and magnesium levels, they're essential for muscle relaxation. So ensure that you're taking optimal levels of these in your nutrition, and it may help with some sort of supplements. If you're confused about that, please consult with a medical professional. That's going to help with adequate relaxation. So how do we get rid of leg cramps? Well, if you're experiencing leg cramps, the key is going to lie in immediate relief, but also we need to make sure you're helping with that long-term correction, preventing them from coming back. So let's have a look at some of these strategies. So let's have a look firstly at immediate relief for leg cramps. So first thing is you want to stretch the muscle. If the muscle is contracted, we need to gently stretch that cramped muscle, and it's going to interrupt that cramping cycle by forcing the muscle fibers to lengthen and relax. So for calf cramps, dorsiflexion is key. Let me show you this muscle stretch here that you can do. So dorsiflexion here. So if my calf is cramping here, it's really important we try and flex the foot. So you can dorsiflex the foot. Dorsiflex just means to pull the foot this way. So we're pulling the foot up like this. That's going to stretch everything out through there. Now you can also do this with a band. So loop the band around the foot and just pull, and have an assisted pull here as well. So you're stretching and pulling at the same time to increase the stretch and cause that relaxed contraction of those muscle fibers. Hold for 30 seconds and then relax. Let me try again. So pull and then dorsiflex the foot as well, and repeat that on both sides. Then if you have thigh cramps, a quadricep cramp, that's usually in the front of the thigh, we're going to flex the knee forward, and for hamstring cramps, we're going to straighten the leg. So let me show you these ones as well. Okay, so quadriceps cramp. If you've got a cramp down the front of the thigh, we pull the leg up like this. You might want to hold on to something. Really important that we keep good spine alignment, so I don't lean over too much. I'm making sure I'm stretching the leg like this. So we're pulling like this, pull the heel towards the bum. Let me show you from the side. So really pulling the heel towards the bum like this. That's going to stretch the thigh out. Don't extend the back like this. It's going to put pressure on there. Now, if you've got cramp on the back of the thigh here, we can stretch the hamstring. So leg goes forwards, and then it's a gentle lean down. Slide the hand down like this. Don't go all the way to the toes. Hold for 30 seconds. Let me show you from the side. So foot planted, leg straight, other leg bent like this, and we slide down like this. Don't round the back like this. Keep the back nice and straight, keeping the chin neutral as well. Hold for 30 seconds. You can also use massage and heat. So massaging the affected area, it's going to improve blood flow, help to relax the muscle, like a heat pad or a warm bath. It's going to further help by increasing blood flow. It's going to soothe those muscles as well. Improve your hydration and take on some electrolytes. So drinking electrolyte-rich fluids such as coconut water. There are some sports drinks as well that can help restore electrolyte balance, but they're quite heavy on sugar, so just be careful with those. Coconut water is amazing. It's going to really help to hydrate your body and then top up the electrolytes. And then topical magnesium. So topical means applying a magnesium cream on the skin. It's going to help to relax the muscle. It plays a key role in muscle relaxation. A lot of people use it at night to help with sleep. It can be a great quick fix when those cramps hit. So top tip, ensure that you've got those deep breathing techniques when we're going through stretching. That's going to really help more relaxation. It calms the nervous system, which can help reduce muscle tension during a cramp. You've only got to look at yoga and Pilates. They incorporate so much breathing into their stretching. It really helps to isolate that stretch through there. Okay, so long-term prevention. Let's get into long-term prevention. So hydration and electrolyte management. So really ensuring that we're hydrated for a lot of the time, particularly in athletes or individuals that live in hot environments. You need to make sure that you're consistently drinking plenty of fluids throughout the day. When you wake up in the morning, always drink at least a pint of water because your body's going to be dehydrated before you start the day. Consider adding like electrolyte supplements, like coconut water, or maybe even like high five tablets. And you want to make sure that you're focusing on foods with high potassium, like bananas, or leafy greens like kale, broccoli that have high magnesium. You want to make sure you've got avocados in there with potassium, and it may be worth having some magnesium supplementation. So it's really critical for preventing cramps because it's got a great role in muscle relaxation. Magnesium supplements like magnesium glycinate or citrate, they're much more easily absorbed and they're more subtle on the stomach. And also incorporating magnesium-rich foods like your raw spinach, almonds, black beans, getting those in your diet will help that kind of rich magnesium through your body. You also want to try and improve your circulation. So we really want to encourage you to move more. So avoid sitting or standing for periods. Make sure you're getting out for walks, swimming, gentle stretching. That's going to really help improve blood flow to the legs. Also compression socks, they help to benefit with venous issues or circulatory issues. You can get them for sort of £10 on Amazon. And also going through a stretching and strengthening routine. So implement that daily routine focused on stretching the calves with dorsiflexion, hamstrings, quadriceps. You want to make sure that we're flexible and getting those muscles nice and loose with additional stretching. So these exercises, they can really target those areas, reduce cramping by improving endurance and muscle control. Other strength exercises like calf raises, hamstring curls, wall sits and lunges, they're going to improve muscle strength and decrease the likelihood of cramping. So let me show you a couple of those. So this used to be a very popular exercise when those ski fit classes used to be around. So a wall sit, essentially you need to make sure that your bum goes back onto the wall like this. Make sure the back is flat on the wall, shoulders back, and often people hold their arms like this. And the further your bum goes down, the harder it's going to be. So I wouldn't go any lower than your knees. If you're down like this, it's going to put too much pressure on the knee and the back. So about level is good. If you're just starting out with it, start about 45 degrees. Keep the tummy tight, keep the shoulders back, chin tucked in, and you want to try and hold it for 30 seconds. It's going to strengthen up the quad muscles, the glute muscles as well. As you get more comfortable with this, you can start to move it down a little bit like this. It's a great one to work on. It's called a wall sit, very, very popular in the 90s in the ski fit classes. Get you fit for those skiing trips. Then we've got calf raises. So again, you might want to do this on the stairs. It's a great way to help improve the calf stability and strength and reduce those cramps. So start off with double calf raises like this. And then you might want to go into single calf raises. So up on one leg. And then do it on both sides. I like 10 reps, 3 sets through on both legs. So a top tip might be to incorporate something called PNF stretching. So this is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. This advanced stretching technique, what it does is it alternates between contracting and stretching the muscle, which can increase the flexibility and also reduce the muscle tension. So if you haven't got somebody to help you with this, you may want to do this on your own. But if I was to do a PNF with the hamstring, I'd essentially have the hamstring like this. And what I can do is I can actually just loop the band around the base of my heel like this. And I can try and pull the band like this and push back into the band. Now what that's going to do is going to activate the hamstring, and then I relax, and then move it a bit further, and then pull the band even tighter, try and push back in, activate the hamstring, and then relax, and then pull even further, and then pull the band, push into the hamstring, contract the hamstring for 10 seconds, and then relax, and then come back in. So obviously you repeat that on both sides. Now, in the late 80s, 90s, we thought that you had to do a maximal contraction into the person. So you've probably seen professional football players or rugby players doing that assisted stretch hamstring, where someone leans into their hamstring and they're pushing really hard. The research suggests now that you only need a 10 to 15% contraction to cause that reflex relaxation of the muscles, and you get more stretch as you go through. So just gently, that's why you can use the band if you don't have someone there with you. So if this is not working and it's really severe and it's going on for a long time, then you may need to think about some more advanced interventions. So seeking professional help, you could get a nerve conduction study. So if cramps are suspected to be related to nerve compression, like spinal stenosis or disc issues, a nerve conduction study or an EMG can help identify the root cause. It may be worth catching up with a physiotherapist or a chiropractor to have a tailored rehab plan that's going to focus on gait correction, posture alignment, and also spinal health, particularly if you're experiencing leg cramps due to nerve compression or postural problems. And then also chatting with your GP about some medication adjustments. So it could be that calcium channel blockers or muscle relaxants may be prescribed for chronic cramping conditions, may be able to help with that as well. So there we have it. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for our regular updates. And you can grab copies of my best-selling books here, The Secret Cure to Back Pain, How to Avoid a Lifetime of Painkillers and Surgery, and How to Transform Your Back. See you next time.